Oh, wow. It made me start over. It deleted all of my save. Okay. This is so weird. I don't usually have problems with my R2 button, but my R2 button's being all weird. No, I played this game once, so I had some of it done, but it appears that it did, in fact, delete, like, all of my save progress. I had, like, the first 2 houses done. I got this game on PlayStation Plus. I'd always considered getting it on my Switch. But it was free on PlayStation Plus last year. I have a whole bunch of games that I got free on PlayStation Plus that I kind of want to play. Although recently they've just been really sucky games. I've also been getting the urge to play Stray again. This time with audio, and now that, like, people are actually watching me. I have to admit, I am kind of nervous to play Phasmo, though. I am not... Maddie in horror games. Maddie in horror content. Don't get along. Is there crossplay for PC and PlayStation? Because if there is, I will tell one of the other people in the chat. Joy is. He will come play with us. But no, I am kind of scared because horror games and me, not it. I've never actually played a horror game, but based on my horror movie and haunted house experience, I also have, this was another free game. I believe I have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Although, to be honest, horror game-wise, besides Phasmo, if there's a horror game I want to play, it's the Poppy Playtime games. I love them. No, funny story. So the other person in that Discord chat who's talking about if he can get it on PC if there's crossplay, ordered a PlayStation and I don't know how to say this, but pirates stole it. That's his bad luck buying the PlayStation 5. Pirates stole it. Let me look at this crossplay thing. This won't be a long stream based on, so when I did, oh, it does look like there's crossplay. When I did this with my dad, I had to take a couple breaks because it made me really sick. Speaking of, let's actually, let me double check the settings on here. Because if there's things I can do to make me less sick. I get headaches a lot. I've talked about it before. I have a very sensitive brain, I guess. I don't know. But no, I am scared of... I want to play the Poppy Playtime games, but I'm really scared of jump scares. So I've just accepted watching people play them. But maybe if Phasmo goes well... Can I go to my pause menu? For this game? It doesn't look like PlayStation has crossplay available, unfortunately. Yes. If you would like to co-op with me, I am very open to that. Oh my God. And then I just need to remind myself to download Phasmo between now and Saturday. And we can work out the details of like what time and stuff. Okay, I don't... At some point. If you haven't noticed, schedules and me don't get along. I had a schedule back in the day when I was still in grad school that I stuck to. Let me look. Okay. It should be on. There, I think I sent you an invitation. There you are. I have to admit, I almost bought Lawnmower Simulator. And another game that I would really like if it ever comes out on console is, despite working in a grocery store and not being a big fan of that time of my life, Supermarket Simulator. Some good simulator games. Still yelling at me about tutorial stuff. Forgot what button. Okay, here we go. This button showed me the dirt. Bumpers, doors, and grill. Asking a lot to know. Okay. How do I open tablet to complete? Okay. Please let me exit out. Okay. I was like, please let me leave. I just want to go home. This is what my dad and I cleaned together. Except by the end, it was just me cleaning and him standing there. It also made him sick. We're just a family of nauseous people. is such a weird game to play, like, in complete silence. And, like, I'd play music, but I don't think you guys would be able to hear it. And also, I'm not really sure what music I am and am not allowed to play. I don't want Twitch to yell at me. Okay. I think if I set my laptop far enough away from me, I can play Christmas music and y'all just won't be able to hear it. And then Twitch won't catch up on it. What am I trying to open? Let me find my Christmas playlist. Okay. We are gonna have to test this though. So I'm gonna have to pull my stream up and listen to it while I play music. I'm just using straight up PS5. Okay. I need you to tell, because I can't tell if you can hear the music because obviously I can hear the music just playing in general. So, if you can hear Jingle Bell Rock, I need to turn it down. Okay, we're all good then. Because sometimes I've played, like, a couple times I've played, like, Genshin and Honkai music in the background, but I feel a lot more comfortable playing, like, video game soundtracks in the background of things. Because I feel like they're less likely to come after me. Mostly because I'm usually, like, playing Genshin music while I play Honkai, or, like, I'm playing something from their company. But no, I do just use the straight up PlayStation to stream. I'm kind of a lazy streamer. So this is my first Christmas living somewhere where it doesn't snow a lot. So I feel like I can say it without saying what's in it, but I used to live in the middle of the country. And then I lived up north for grad school. And now I live down south. because I moved here for my library job, and it's so weird. Like, it's a little chilly out, but like, I'm pretty sure I know where I used to live up north has snow right now. And my parents who live where I originally am from, I don't think they have like snow, but they've had, like, it has snowed. And then here, like, it just, the leaves just started falling off the trees. And that's such a wild thing to me. Like, on Christmas, so today it was a high of 61. That would be Fahrenheit. I couldn't tell you what that is in Celsius. But on Christmas, it's supposed to be 62. I originally told my parents that if it was warm enough, I was just going to go to the beach for Christmas. But it's not warm enough for that. I overestimated a little how warm it was going to be here, but... I think it's a good thing that y'all can't hear my Spotify, because it did in fact just say... So, I don't know why, but last night I started watching videos from people who platinum games. I've done it a couple times. I've watched videos from them. And it really makes me want to platinum games, but like, I have no focus whatsoever to do that. If there's a game that I'm going to platinum, it's going to be, I want to play Diablo 3 on here. That was how I got started into video games, was Diablo 3. I did play Diablo 4 on here briefly, and I want to go back and try it again. I just had a hard time with it. I definitely think, I'll have to look at the Honkai one. I think Honkai would be easier to platinum than like, or, I don't know necessarily platinum, but like to get the trophies compared to like Genshin, where some of them are just obscure. Genshin just has so many trophies at this point. But, no, I want to play Diablo 3 and platinum that. And then I have a couple others, like, I'm sure if I worked at it, I could platinum Odyssey. Although, I hear it takes a while. I do know that Diablo 3, it'd be a lot of playthroughs. That's why I probably will never be a platinumer. Maybe I'll platinum this game. At some point I should just, maybe I'll make a list of all the games that I have, and now that I have people actually like in the Discord and stuff who talk. Thank you so much for talking in the Discord. It's always weird because sometimes I want to put stuff in, but I'm like, if nobody like responds, then it's just awkward. So then I just Discord Joyaz instead. He hears all of my inner Genshin thoughts. We make fun of all of the ridiculous things I see on Genshin TikTok. I guess I might not have TikTok anymore. And I definitely don't want people to like reply when they're like sleeping or busy. It's always nice to not speak to the world. Which I kind of knew I'd be doing a lot of that when I really jumped the gun and made the server when I had like, what, 15 followers, most of whom were not. But the thing was, because I had a lot of people like you who like, you come and do a lot of my streams and we talk the whole time, I was kind of like, well, I want somewhere to talk to them. But I know some people don't want to be in like the Discord DMs. And I will say, if you ever want to play a game and like voice message while doing that, I am open to it. It's just really hard because I stream straight off of the PlayStation and not through like OBS and stuff. It's not great to be on stream and do it. So it would probably be off stream. I've done it a couple times like on Discord. And like nobody could hear anything. And then the person I was voice messaging with started asking me about like politics and stuff. I was like, shit. And then I had to delete that VOD because I was like, what if I said something that I regret? Mostly I was worried because I was like, I had just started applying for jobs. Like, I think maybe in the future I'm gonna bring my headphones home from work. When I just started streaming, I brought my headphones home from work a lot, and I would watch like YouTube in my ears while streaming. I might do that and bring Groupers. Cause like when I play like Honkai and Genshin, it's great when like there's voice acted quests. But I feel like I tend to get headaches even more when they aren't voice acted and I'm just like staring at the screen unblinkingly. Cause when things are voice acted, it's a lot easier for me to like not let it play in the background and not look at the screen. That's part of why I play with things in English. Because then I can like look away and do other stuff and not stare at the screen, which is making me sick. I've been doing pretty well so far though. On this, I think you and I are much faster than my dad and I were. Sorry, I'm spraying. God, everyone's trying to get me to clean their goddamn houses. I think this is where my dad had to tap out. I think it slowly drove him insane, getting in all the crevices. I feel like I'm gonna have to replace my R2 button after this. With just how much I'm pressing down on it. We're gonna have to look at this. I don't know, maybe I need to unlock that? I feel like I'm not a complete idiot. I feel like I know what button I'm pressing in it, but it's not. Oh, left. It was left on my D-pad. That's it. Yeah, I was sitting there, I was like, I feel like I know my left and my right, and I know what a D-pad is. I mean, to be fair, you probably know more than me, the little gaming idiot. I will not be visiting the Ark Encounter in Kentucky, can assure you. I guess part of me does kind of want to visit just to see what it looks like and be like, oh my god. But that would be giving them money. who is toasting marshmallows during Christmas time? I do have to criticize this song a little. Like, I am not... Marshmallow toasting is a summer activity. I guess you can toast them over your fireplace, but, like, I don't know. When I think of, like, s'mores and marshmallows, it's a summer thing. For me, it's hot chocolate and Christmas cookies and a meat and cheese plate the night before with little sundaes and pickles and deviled eggs. Or, as I'll be having tomorrow night, a salad. I was just really in a salad mood. That's why I went to the store. So I went, well, part of why I went to the store is I needed to buy the stuff for, I'm having hash brown casserole for Christmas. So I needed to buy the stuff for that. I'm not doing what I did for Thanksgiving where I made like a whole like multi-dish meal. We are having casserole and stuffing. If we want more, we'll just have salad. You know? Or all of the Christmas cookies that I now have. Because I got the ones my parents sent me last night. But I was feeling in the mood for the salad, and then I decided I kind of wanted to buy some of my groceries for like a couple days after Christmas so I didn't have to go back to the store, and that led me to, what was I grabbing? I was grabbing the P.F. Chang's lo mein skillet meal. And that's what led me to the dumplings and the pizza and multiple skillet meals. Basically, I probably won't even be grocery shopping next week. Except my fridge is now full. So tomorrow I have to sort out my fridge so I have enough room to put the casserole in. And then I guess I'm just going to make the casserole on Christmas morning. And I can eat it hot. Luckily casseroles are kind of throw together meal. God, my Thanksgiving one was so much prep and stuff for it. Next year I will not have as many dishes. Next year I might just go with the casserole. Casserole, potatoes of some sort, unless the casserole has potatoes, stuffing. Because the stuffing you can just make on the stovetop. Oh, and I probably should have been clear. If at any time you get sick of playing with me and you want to get off, do not feel like you need to stay the whole time that I am playing. Yeah, well, my Christmas is not white. There's no snow. Sometimes in the morning, I go out in my car. It's cold enough out that my car gets frost on my windows, and that's about as close to snow as we get. I took a picture of it and showed it to my parents of it all scraped up so it kind of looked like clumped up snow. I was like, look, it snowed. But it's okay because on Christmas I'll send them a picture of the temperature and I'll be the one laughing. Maybe I'll go out on my porch on Christmas. I'll be like opening presents on my porch. Might also have to spend my Christmas building a bookshelf. Because I know for certain for Christmas I got a full-size bookshelf for my apartment and a laundry rack. And a pair of boots. I think I'm getting a rice cooker and a blender and maybe a hand mixer and then some books. And then for my birthday I'm just getting money, so which is either gonna go, it's probably gonna go to books. Got some interesting books on my list. One of them's I like to add an inappropriate book. Scandalous books. When I say inappropriate books, I mean like one year I asked for a book on the history of prostitution. Inappropriate historical books, not fictional, just like weird topics that most people would find scandalous. Okay, I think no, this is like I said, this is like I said, one year it was on like kind of the history of like medieval prostitution. I don't know how to say it other than that. Not even just medieval, all sorts of different. I also really like books on, one of my weird interests is scams and stuff. And I also like books on like different, kind of the history of different scams and also like catching scammers and stuff. You know, some people are into like true crime murders, like my mom's into true crime murders, and I'm out here into like MLM scams and stuff, pyramid schemes. I'm not even really into like the catching of like the big name pyramid. I'm more like, there are those scam baiters on YouTube who like put on the voices and pretend to be old ladies to get scammers in and to trick them. I'm really into those. When we finish this job, I'll pull up my Amazon list and I'll tell you all of the scandalous books that I asked for this year. I know, like I said, one year I had the one on the history of sex work. I think that same year I had one. Well, I think that same year I also had one that was about fashion, and it wasn't actually inappropriate, but my grandpa misread it, and it was called Seeing see through clothes as in like see the world through clothes. But he thought it was actually about like clothes that you can see through. And he thought this because it was about clothes in art. And so it talked about like sculptures and stuff and the fashion in them. Well, some of them are not dressed fully or at all in some cases. And so, of course, he opens up the book and he's seeing that. And he was like, Madison. He revealed what he got to me like 2 weeks before he bought it or before I opened it. But he wasn't really. My family thinks it's funny to buy me stuff like that. So he wasn't like scandalized. He was just like, Madison. Which I was like, I had forgotten I'd asked for the book, and so when he was like, why are you, like, asking me for things about see-through clothes, I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what drugs are you on? Trying to figure out where else there could be. Where is the dirt? It's here. It's on the trellis somewhere. It's on the fence posts. Okay. Lawnmower engine. God, it's like in these little crevices. It's what more do you want from us? Okay, let's pull up the scandalous books I've begged my family for this year. I suppose this will also lead us to finding out what I got. Most of those are pretty okay. Okay, I have 4,000 Years of Judging Desire. I've got A Curious History of Sex. I also threw in The Royal Art of Poison and Royal Witches. And here's one on ancient Rome and Greece. Naked statues, fat gladiators, and war elephants. And I think I have one more. I believe I also asked for one called The Medieval History of Sex. Yes, the very secret sex lives of medieval women. Okay. Bungalow, dirt bike, or playground? And while we look at that, what can I buy? Did we vote? Did I miss it? No. I guess I might as well do the bike, because the bike will hopefully be really fast. Get that out of the way. Frosty the Snowman is such a tragic story. Okay. Brake disc. I don't know anything about bikes. To know where a brake disc is. Good. Good thing you did. That's a Maddie fun fact. I don't know how to ride a bike. My parents tried to teach me. But I wasn't very good at like the balance thing, and so I was able to do it with like training wheels and stuff, right? But I just never could get it without the training wheels. The bike would wobble and I would like jump off into the street, into bushes, into people. Like my parents bought me this cute Barbie bike and they tried. They tried their darndest to teach me. And it just was not meant to be. To be honest, me and learning modes of transportation have a bad history. I also was terrified of driving. It was slightly less there's no reason I should have been, because growing up I would go visit my grandparents and they lived out in the country, and I would ride four-wheelers and I would drive them myself, and then I just hit this like weird age where all of a sudden I was like terrified of even driving the four-wheeler. And that was the end for me. And so when I turned 16 and I turned 15 actually, and was learning to drive, like my parents would take me out to parking lots and stuff, and I drive, and there would be like no incident, but I would just be like sobbing in the parking lot. Because I'm a crybaby. The only reason I actually really learned is because my dad and I worked at the same grocery store for a little bit, and for a lot of it. And he had worked the night shift, and so I would go into work with him, but then he started working the day shift. My ass said, no thank you. I did not want to work the day shift, because sometimes he would go in at like, he would go in really, really early in the morning, and I was like, we can't do that. That's a no. A strong no. I currently wake up at 6:45 to go into work, and that is too early. Then again, in fairness, just like how I am very sensitive to staring at the screen, I am also not getting enough sleep gives me really bad headaches too. And the baby under the tree swinging, singing all the good times. And the baby right in the chimney tonight. And the baby living in the tree lightning. Funny things, and the baby right in the chimney tonight. Down on the roof, think of all the friends that I haven't been. Oh. Good. You just got my Christmas. Okay, funny story. We were talking about inappropriate Christmas songs at work the other day because I was talking about, so last year, so usually in the past, I so when I went to undergrad, I went home for my whole Christmas break, which was several weeks. But well, you already saw the Fantilia post, and you've seen me talk about Dr. Ratio in the bathtub. But last year when I was in grad school was the kind of the first year I only went home for a few days. And so I had to drive like 8 hours home. And so I get in my car to leave, and I had just had it on like a regular radio station. And usually the radio like has to keep it pretty appropriate, but for some reason the radio station I was listening to was also, for a bit, as part of like the show that was going on, they were playing like parody inappropriate Christmas music. And so the very first Christmas song I heard to start my journey home was from the perspective of a tree topper on the top of a Christmas tree, talking about the stump of her rump. This is the superior version of Santa Baby, though. Santa Baby, why don't you need tonight? But no, I have already been very strongly accused of being a Dr. Ratio and I'll hate them simp. Yeah, that would be the song. Maybe I'll find it and I'll post it in the Discord. It's a classic. I do remember it's kind of an inappropriate Christmas song. So there's I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. And I remember as a kid when I still believed in Santa Claus, I loved that song because it had so much drama of like I needed more verses about you telling Dad that Mom was kissing Santa Claus and that Mom was cheating on him with Santa Claus. It was clear that I was going to be in love with drama. Like, the second I have any gossip at work or anything, I'm, like, calling my mom. Like, I don't like to share gossip with other people, but specifically with my mom, I'm like, I need to tell you all the gossip. Like, sometimes I will call her for a second or third time in a day just to tell her gossip about my life. Like, I already called her on the phone today. And then I thought I was going to have to call her again because when I was at the grocery store, so there was the guy getting the carts to take them inside. And, like, I guess he really wanted to take my cart in since I was almost done with it. But instead of, like, waiting at the cart corral where I was going to go to, he came up and just stood, like, right next to me in my shopping cart as I was loading my groceries into my car, and it was really, really awkward because he was just standing there. So she does know that I play video games with people. I don't know if she knows that I stream them. I know my dad does. But she does know about one of my video game friends, the other guy who was interested in playing Phasmo, because I specifically told her that if I died, he could get my PlayStation. Because my dad already has one, so. Not that I'm dying, like, not to imply that, like, I'm dying soon or anything, like, to be clear. It was just, I can't remember how it came. I think we were talking about, like, retirement funds or something, and then we were talking about, like, life insurance, and you know how it is. listen to some of the Christmas music, some of it's really depressing. Well, and some of it's depressing in, like, specific situations, like, what's the song? Okay, there's the Christmas shoe song about how the mom's dying, and he just wants to buy her shoes. That is such a depressing song. There's, God, what is it? Let me look it up. There's No Place Like Home for the Holidays always makes me cry. I don't know why. Only when I'm listening to it in the car. So if it comes on, I might cry because I'm not going home for the holidays. But okay. I feel like this playlist should exclusively be classic Christmas songs and not weird. Who is this? Weird covers. No, to be fair about my morbid conversations, as a child, my mom referred to me as a morbid child. Some of that was because I went through a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer phase and became obsessed with, like, vampires and death and stuff. And I never went through, like, a goth phase, but I did go through a phase where I wore all black. But we'll never see pictures of that because that was in middle school, and I refuse to acknowledge pictures of my middle school self because I got this really ugly looking haircut. Actually, the worst picture of me is my 5th grade graduation. I got the haircut while I was in elementary school and then proceeded to just keep getting the haircut. And nobody told me that it didn't look good. And I trusted them. And my mother just kept letting me get the haircut. Me and short hair don't get along. So unfortunately I can't share the photo because I don't have them. I'm sure my mom has them somewhere. I know where my mom has them. She has them on a laptop at her house, but I'm not sure she knows how to access them. I'm not sure where she put them on the laptop. I'm not sure she knows how to get to them on the laptop. I used to have one of them on my phone, but after the phone incident. Over recent time, they're all gone. Some of my like original followers, this wasn't in the Discord channel, this was just in private Discord talking, did get my graduation photos from grad school. Specifically, one of them did. And then, because I didn't know who to share them with, I was like, I don't know who to. I need to celebrate, and I need someone to share it with who wasn't there with me at the graduation. Like, my parents were there, sharing the photos with them, not very useful. I was just so happy to graduate. I don't know, maybe if I lose my mind and decide to get like a PhD or something, I'll get some photos from that. I don't know, I don't have the money to get a PhD for the time, and I don't really want to write a paper. But my mom thinks that my love of history will win out, and I will find a topic that I'll just decide I need to research. But I'm a reference librarian now, so that's an awful lot of researching weird, obscure topics. Although a lot of the topics I research aren't thrilling. Oh my gosh, today I had someone ask me to look into whether there's science behind the phases of the moon affecting women's attitudes. And I was like, dude, no. I don't want to research this for you. There's no eating ASMR. I'm not eating. You're just hearing things, apparently. That's probably breathing ASMR. I might... Let me move the mic. I have the mic on in a weird place because I wanted to listen to the Christmas music and I didn't want to listen to the power washing. So, there. Because I have eaten a bunch on stream, and I always try to be quiet, and I always feel like chewing sounds so loud in your head, and so it's hard to like test how loud the chewing is. I have to get up and turn my air conditioner on. It's so hot in here. Shit. Fuck. Oh, my fridge made a knocking noise and it scared the absolute shit out of me. I just had like a heart attack. Oh, I don't keep them in my fridge. I keep them in my boiler closet. You know what's funny? I love Al Haytham, but do not have Al Haytham on either of my accounts. I should get him on my main account because I'm pretty sure he does pretty well with Raiden Shogun. I think he just always kind of runs at inconvenient times for me. You're out here with all your fancy power washers, and I'm just like, let's do the slowest thing possible. Yippee. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer over down in his story like George Washington. You gotta include all of the extra words in Rudolph. Although I know people have different extra words for it, but do we? Okay. It's hard for me to tell. Trying to decide what time I want to stream tomorrow. Because usually I stream at night, but I want to watch the Nutcracker before I go to bed. I've thought about doing it wouldn't be a true 24-hour stream because I would have to pause it and restart it like halfway through because I think YouTube VODs only lets you do 12 hours until you have like a certain number of followers, and I have 0 followers on my VOD channel. Nobody wants to go back and watch my VODs. Originally, one of my followers said he was going to go back and watch them and make clips for me. But I guess now it probably doesn't matter if TikTok's getting banned. Like, what do I need the clips for? Plus, we both just got really busy. The problem is, like, there's content that people think is clippable, but, like, when I watch it, I'm like, that's so unfunny. Like, I have a couple clips that I've made that you can watch, and I feel like I go back and I watch them after the fact and I cringe. Except for the one that has me screaming about the bug. When I first moved into this apartment, okay, I'd never lived somewhere where, like, cockroaches were common and stuff. And so it was when I was starting the Honkai account originally. And my friends were on it, we were talking. And I went to go make myself hot chocolate for some reason. When I first moved here, I was really obsessed with drinking hot chocolate all the time. I went to go make it, and I found one crawling, and I had the headset on me while I was making it. You know, hot chocolate, making hot chocolate. And in this video, you can all you can see is Sampo on the screen because it's just paused on what was showing on the screen. But in the background, you can hear me screaming about this bug because I go to like try to catch it to get it out or smash it to get it out of my apartment, and it crawled at me, and I freaked out. And that's the only good clip. I do have a couple. I have at least one from AC Odyssey. I have one where I went and I stole something from inside this giant military fort. And I had kind of like run away because someone caught me doing it, but didn't really think anything of it. And I turn around and like 50 or more soldiers from this fort were looking for me, all crowded in one place. And at the time, I thought it was funny, but people don't agree. Besides the Nutcracker, I also need to watch, maybe the night before I go to bed, I'll watch The Muppets Christmas Carol. Because that, Nutcracker, and Home Alone are must-dos. And then on Christmas itself, it's Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out. I hated that movie as a kid because I have a fear of my eye being poked out. Like, obviously, like, nobody wants their eye being poked out, but this is like I used to, like, think about it at night, like, picture it happening and stuff. And so I was very not cool with you'll shoot your eye out scenes. But now the only scene I have to skip through is the one where he gets his tongue stuck to the pole. I can't watch that. All I can think about is his tongue. It's very gross and morbid. But no, Christmas Story is a classic in my family. You have to watch it. And for a while every year, my dad and my uncle had to watch Bad Santa. But I'm not quite into the humor of that. Like, there's funny scenes in it. It's not really my thing. Despite us, like, joking about me, you're really, like, fairly, when it comes to, like, movies and stuff, fairly tame. You already said I don't watch horror movies. The last time I watched one was, like, I was, like, 17. That was, like, 7 years ago. It was a very long time ago. I can watch horror games for the most part. Like, I said I've watched people play Phasmophobia. I've watched people play the Poppy Playtime game. I've watched people play FNAF. I don't know, I can make it through video games, but I think movies are harder for me. Movies with real people in them. But I always had such a hard time with, like, haunted houses too and stuff, so it's not shocking. I cannot do haunted houses. I want to be able to do haunted houses because it seems so fun. And, like, I live kind of close to Disney, and not really, but, like, kind of close. And, like, or not Disney, but I live close to Disney, but Universal, and, like, Universal Nights of Horror sounds like so much fun, but I just know I would have no enjoyment in it. Because I would just be so terrified. Like, my parents went to the pumpkin patch and went on a haunted hayride ride, and there's always part of me that's always wanted to do one. But I just feel like I'd freak out. I don't know. I haven't been to one in a long time. So I went to a pumpkin patch like my freshman year of undergrad. And I went into one of the haunted houses without actors, so just like with props and mannequins and stuff. And I made it through okay. I didn't cry or anything. I just it was not fun. Like, I would not refer to it as fun. I was fine. I just wouldn't walk away saying I had fun doing that. I kind of want to live somewhere that has like a Christmas village or a Christmas market or something. I know, I said I was gonna go to a little Christmas shop this year, and then that didn't happen. I'm really good at, like, having all these fun ideas about going out on the weekends, and then just being like, what if I stayed in and played Genshin all day? Also, I just hate driving. I did get over my fear that I talked about earlier. Like, I can fully drive now, but I don't enjoy driving places. And I kind of live in a not great place. Find the pose. This one. Oh, I have $1,000. I think I have one more job in me. And then I'm going to hit my limit of how much I can stare at the screen. How long have I been going? So before I get to that, I'm going to go turn my air conditioner on. Because I'm hot. Alright, yes, you should go to bed. What is it with everyone and staying up till 5 a.m. on my stream? Please go to sleep, or I guess don't go to sleep and have breakfast, whatever you feel the need to do. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe earlier in the day, so that I can watch my Christmas movies at night. But no, I'm going to keep going for a little bit. But thank you for joining me. Alright. Well, that'll be good. Otherwise, I was gonna have to come up with topics to talk about. Oh, so I don't think I'd ever talked about it, but I'm not sure there'll be a New Year's Eve stream because I know that's something people do. My friend and I are gonna have a New Year's Eve Discord chat, and I don't know. They want me to stream it while I play games. So, but I do have the next day off. And you did joke earlier about 24-hour stream. I have thought about doing one. I'm just not sure what. I've done like 12-hour Genshins. I did a 13-hour Genshin one, I think. I think my thing is I think I'd struggle to stay awake. I think I could make it. I think I would just, it would have to be on a Saturday so that I could have like all of the next day off to sleep. But I'm also like, I mean, part of why my 13-hour stream didn't go any longer is because even though I like love Genshin and stuff, 13 hours is a very long time to play of it all in one sitting. See, that's a good thing. I live alone, so I don't have to have that, but I used to stream a lot more on a regular schedule when I was still in grad school, but I know my job isn't hard. I just come home and I'm all worn out, but I feel like I have a pretty regular schedule of like for sure Saturdays and Sundays. It's just a timing thing. I'm not great at agreeing to a specific time. See, and I don't think I could go back to like the roommate life. Like, I loved all the roommates I had in college and stuff. I love living alone. See, like, this is great for me because, like, nobody's here in person with me, but also, like, I do enjoy talking to people, but talking to people over like chat and stuff, or even just voice call and not in person, I feel like is a lot less stressful. But at the same time, doing what I did and moving across the country and living alone, like there's not a ton of like I also didn't really pick a great profession for meeting, you know, people my age who are gonna want to hang out and do things that people my age want to do. Like the librarian field is not super useful. And I kind of moved somewhere where young people generally aren't wanting to move to, which, to be fair, I moved here because I got a job here. It was not like a I want to move here thing. I just, you know, you gotta pay the bills and there are a couple people kind of my age, but they work in like the PR and social media stuff and not in the librarian side of things, so. Merry Christmas of my home. Sorry, dog. Sorry, dog. Oh, between now and whenever we play Phasmo, I am gonna research because I think the game has like in-game walkie-talkies. I'm gonna research if those are crossplay. Because if those are crossplay too, then I don't need to worry about figuring out how to get audio from from people on my PlayStation picking up on stream. Cause like I'm fine to just call on Discord, but obviously I know that from a viewer perspective, it's not exactly the most fun to only hear one side of what is happening. No, sir. At least I'm gonna say that I tried. feel like now it's too cold. I turned my air conditioner on and it's too cold. Next thing I need to decide is what I want to play tomorrow. Yes, I know you can play Phasmo solo. Maybe I should do some test trials of it so that I'm not a complete idiot when I go to play. You know what? I might have a Christmas game. Okay. I have a game called Spirit of the North, and online it says it takes like 5 hours to beat. That seems Christmassy. Maybe I'll play that. I'll be able to say I actually completed a game this year. Too bad I already explored Dragonspine on both of my Genshin accounts. That could have been a fun Christmassy thing, but both of them are completely done with Dragonspine. I mean, technically, if I really didn't want to stream, I could just rerun it, but not a lot of point in that. No, I think I'll see what the Spirit of the North is about. Maybe I'll play that. Or maybe I'll come back and I'll just play more of this. Or maybe I'll start the arcade one. I don't know. I saw someone play it a couple years ago and that's why I bought it. But I've never actually done any like arcade games so far in real life. I was not an arcade kid. I mean, I'm sure where I lived had arcade of some sort, but I mean, to be fair, I also just wasn't like a gamer kid. The only reason I got into gaming was because of The Sims. The Sims and fan fiction are what brings you today's content. I played The Sims and then I started reading Genshin Impact fan fiction. So one day it popped up on my Tumblr. And that's what led us to where we are today. It's a real classic story. We're only 6% done. It's like me last night when that poetry quest just kept going on and on. There's more. Oh, here's another one that I need to watch. The Grinch. Couldn't even tell. Is this picking up? Okay. still really paranoid about having the music playing. I'm trying to think of other things I could talk about. I think that's so weird. Is there music in this game? It says there is. That would be a no on the music. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this tonight. I know what I'm gonna do. That's what I have AirPods for. Hopefully that'll hold my earbuds in. is odd that they didn't make like a radio station for this game. I feel like that would be in line with. I mean, I guess I don't know if real power washers listen to music. I guess your power washer is probably pretty loud. And this is so loud. I have AirPods in at fairly high volume and I can still hear the power washer over. And it's about equal to what I'm listening to. But I know that like Fallout and stuff has radios, and those are nice. Or one of my favorites with a radio is the 2 Point games, 2 Point Hospital and 2 Point Campus. Thank you, Edward, with words of wisdom. I love how it kind of turned orange for a little bit after I power wash it. think once I finish this monkey bar, I might call it for the night. Okay. We're gonna call it here. We're like a small portion of the way done. I don't know. We'll finish it eventually. Maybe with help.